See that? All of that? That is a bounce house with a water slide attached. I just filmed a video of setting it up. We played with it, gave it, you know, the good old test run. And now I've got to put it away. And this is the moment of truth, because setting it up is easy and all. You just roll it out and then connect the blower. But putting it away and cleaning it is the hard part. I already cleaned it before folding it up, but now I'm gonna have to roll it up. This big guy weighs 266 pounds, which is way out of my league, because the only experience I've had with rolling up inflatables have been my games, and those ones weigh like roughly 88 pounds each. So this is going to be a challenge, but it's something that I need to get used to if I want to do this bounce house business. Combos, meaning bounce house and water slide combined, is like the pepperoni pizza of the party rental industry. It is the most common, reliable thing that you need to have in your inventory, and even have multiple of. Now this is not a particularly heavy one, which you might be shocked to hear after I just told you its weight. I have watched endless videos of experienced party rental operators putting away giant inflatables, and so I'm mostly going off of that. And also my experience from the games and just kind of dealing with a much bigger version of that. What you do is fold it up into a nice straight line. How wide this line is how tall the rolled up inflatable is going to be. So you have to keep that in mind. And then you just step all over it, because rolling up a commercial inflatable takes a lot more than a couple easy steps. It's a lot of steps, literal steps, stepping all over this inflatable. It helps get all the air out before you take on the challenge of rolling it up. You're still going to have a little bit of air, and that air will be pushed out as you're rolling it. Okay, is this how tall I want it to be? It's always hard to visualize. I'm going to pull this in a little bit and then step on the edge, try and like wedge it down. I know this might be a boring video for a lot of viewers who aren't too interested in the process of doing it, but this whole channel so far has been me actually like doing the work of the party rental industry, and so this is just another entry into that. Anyways, what I've learned is start your roll as tight as possible. Got a little bit of something going. Let's keep it going. Let me just knee this, really get it down. Gotta beat it. It's like wrangling some kind of big monster. Luckily, I got this nice and dry before folding it up, and so it is not wet at all. No water weight in this. Okay, now we got past the big part. Now we're just onto the slide, which isn't hard at all, actually. Let me fold this out a bit, because I realized that my roll is a bit wider than the folded up slide. All right, now I'm gonna bring it back. I'm only bringing it back because it was really loose when I was rolling that. So I'm gonna try and pull this, make it all stretched out, and then roll it once more. And I'm gonna fold this end of it in. And it is almost all rolled up. Okay, let's knee it. Ugh, beat it up. All right, let's get these straps. Yeah, that is huge. Very intimidating. But with that roll being so tall, it'll be easier to get on my dolly because the center of mass isn't so low to the ground. This looks like a mess. I'm gonna be honest, it is not a super tight roll. I don't know, I can't think of how I could have done this better though. But anyways, let's try and tighten it up with these straps. Hopefully that can save its form a bit. Grab this. I'm not sure when exactly. I'm gonna list this one on my website. So far, I only have games, and I don't believe that I have the tools necessary to rent this out to strangers quite yet. Because, you know, I wanna offer a quality service. I don't think I could do that yet, so I'm not gonna offer it yet. Let me roll this over to just see what it looks like on this side. All right, let's pull this down. Pull this down. There we go. Okay, now let's make it tight. You could tell that it's a loose roll because of how deep this is going in. That sucks. I think I know what I need to do to fix that next time. Fold in the slide so that it's more of a tight thing. Because the slide was the easy part at the end, and I think that easiness was also very looseness. But anyways, it's looking good. Let's bring the dolly over here and see how I can lift it up onto it. Because unfortunately that roll is the roll that I'm going to deal with until I roll it out again. Then I'll have the opportunity to go ahead and roll it up a little bit better. This is what experience is for. You learn how to do it better, and then you do it better next time. Yeah, let's see. I really need an electric dolly. That would be wonderful. If anybody wants to give me a birthday present, electric dolly, that's the way to go. Okay, let's lift this thing up. All right, let's see. Okay, nice. Look at that, that is so weird. I believe that I'll be able to lift it up just fine though. So let's give it a go. Just throw the ends of these straps into the top. Whew. All right, and the blower, of course. Something I like about this blower are these. You can tie it around this. It's made for it. Although I'm going to have it go across here as well, just so that it's a bigger range. As daunting as the size of this inflatable is, it's pretty perfectly sized for this dolly, and it's not very hard to move. And also the rolling up wasn't as bad as I was expecting. So you know what? Maybe I do not have my work cut out for me and I can actually handle something like this. All I need are the tools to be able to clean it on site. Because, you know, as all my showboating goes, it still is difficult and I don't want to have to set it up twice essentially by having to set it up again at my home to clean it up before another rental. I want to be able to get on site and clean it up while I'm picking it up. At least that is the goal. That's the big fat idea that I have in my head. Let me know if it's unrealistic. Look at that, that is crazy. I'm gonna be honest, I got this inflatable from X-Jump, which is also, you know, X-Jump and Jump Orange are like the same company, and so that's why the blower says Jump Orange. But they did not really care too much about what tarp they included, because look at this. It didn't come like this, I broke it, don't worry, but it broke nonetheless. This was the first time using it. We didn't do anything super crazy with it. It's just built like that, not a very high quality tarp, and so I'm gonna replace it, and because of my replacement plans, I'm not too sure how well I want to fold this up, how much I care about folding it up good, but I'll give it a shot anyways. What I do is just stake down with these little tarp stakes the corners, so that way I could just bring in the ends without needing a second person to aid me. I don't stake it in all the way because I want to be able to pull them out with my hands, but you get the gist. There we go. Now pull this out, stake through both, so now that is holding on to both ends there. Let me grab the opposite side and do the exact same thing. Yeah, look at that dirt, the mud. Just because of that hole, it went right through. Pull it tight and stick it down. Okay, yeah, look at that. Oh, that is no good. Never like it. I don't want to do that to my customer's yard and leave muddy spots. And I don't want my unit to get muddy either. And so in order for optimal mud prevention, I'm gonna have to place the tarp more strategically and of course get a better quality tarp that's not ripped. Now you deal with tarps and inflatables in a very similar way. Just fold it up several times and then roll it up. Start with the tightest possible roll and then get it going. Let me throw this stake way over there so that I could see it on the concrete. Don't want to lose it. Not because the stake is particularly valuable, but because nobody wants a stake, you know, sharp object sitting around hidden in the grass waiting to strike. This is a lot easier to roll than an inflatable because it's all very consistent. You'll find that if you fold up an inflatable in a similar way where it's all very consistent, it's not lumpy, then you will get a very nice clean roll. All right, just smash this down so that it doesn't unroll on me. There we go, nice. I'm glad I don't need a dolly for this. Grab my lovely little tarp stakes. When you ask for sandbags, when you order and select sandbags instead of stakes, that's just for the big, deep bounce out stakes. When I use a tarp, I'll still use these tiny little tarp stakes because they will not go deep enough to hit underground utilities, and so you don't need to worry about it. It's just for the safety of keeping the tarp in place. I just unboxed it for the first time today. And that setup was my first setup, and this roll that was in the video was my first time rolling it. Pretty awesome stuff. I think it was a pretty good roll. Not amazing. I already identified what I need to change for next time that I roll it up. But you know, you can only do so good your first time. Gotta always give yourself a little bit of credit. Which one of you is the combo? Is it you? No, that's the axe throwing game. This one looks a little bit too suspicious. It's a bit too obvious. It's probably the green one.